Welcome back into the Bettor Half Hour. All right, my favorite segment where we bring in sharps, veterans that can give us inside the numbers on stats, trends, all things betting. My guy, Adam Ronis, you've seen him all over SiriusXM. He is crushing it at the books. You've seen him on the show as well. Welcome back, Adam. Great to be with you.
I'm glad to be back, man. Always fun to be here and talk some NFL betting. It's been some choppy waters the last few weeks, but we're going to get through it.
I love it. All right, so this has been an interesting couple weeks here in the NFL. Let's just start with a positive note. Do you have a team that you think has turned the corner for better and you might be buying into?
Yeah, I think it's the New England Patriots, and it's not a surprise. They have one of the best coaches in NFL history in Bill Belichick, a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones, who's getting better. And let's not forget, last year they lost a lot of players who sat out due to COVID-19. The defense is strong. They're one of the best at causing turnovers. They have 14 interceptions on the season. Look at the point differential, plus 98. They've won 4 straight, 5 of the last 6, and look at the spread too. The last 4-0 against the spread during their win streak. They're winning by an average of 25 points. So they have all the ingredients to be a good team. They have beat up on some bad teams, but look, they're just dominating the last few weeks. They're going to be tested over the next month. They get the Bills twice, and that could put them in a position to potentially win this AFC East. I don't think people believed that before the season.
Bill Belichick coming in Snickers hangry into this season, Adam. He's not having back-to-back losing seasons. All right, how about a team you're not as hot on, a team you're selling stock on at this point in the season?
Some people might be surprised by this, but it's the Tennessee Titans. I know they've been dominant so far, and their schedule is easy. They're on a path where they could get the #1 seed, but the offense is just not what it was. They don't have Derrick Henry. Julio Jones is out. Not that he's done much this year, but they rely on 3 players, and 2 of them are out. They have won 4 games by 3 points or less. We know how that goes in the NFL. It can easily swing the other way. But what really bothers me is this offense is averaging 4.4 yards per play the last 3 games. Yeah, they beat the Rams. How? The defense. They had 2 interceptions off Stafford that set them up for a 14-3 lead. They were never in danger. They had 197 total yards of offense in that game. Even last week against the Saints, they had 264 yards on offense. And if it wasn't for an absolutely atrocious roughing the passer call against Ryan Tannehill that nullified an interception, maybe the Saints win that game. So just beware of the Titans going forward. I think they have overachieved. They're going to start to come back down to earth.
Especially a team not built for cold weather. Tannehill coming from South Florida. He is not looking forward to November and December ball. All right, how about a team you're thinking about this weekend? Are you looking into someone either on the favorite side? I mean, dogs have barked 27-16, I believe, in the last several weeks against the spread that you're looking into.
Yeah, I like a dog this week, and the line is moving, though, in their direction. It's the Vikings at home against the Packers. It was 2.5. Now I see it's down to 1.5 in a lot of books. I just think the market is mispricing the Vikings. They're not as bad as their record shows. They're 4-5. But in their first 8 games, 7 of those games came down to the final play. So it could have swung either way. 3 of them have gone overtime. They lost to Arizona by 1. So they've been much better. And the Packers obviously have been great since week 1. They've covered the spread 9 straight games. But I have questions. Aaron Jones is out. A.J. Dillon's a really good running back, but I think the loss of Aaron Jones is going to hurt them in the passing game. They don't have a lot of elite wide receivers. The Vikings are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games as an underdog, 19-6-1 against the spread in their last 26 games as a home dog. And Mike Zimmer, their coach, as an underdog, 31-20. The Packers offense hasn't been explosive. They play at a slow pace. They haven't scored 30 points since week 3. Aaron Rodgers, had some time to adjust last week, coming off the missing week to COVID. Wasn't great. This is a huge game for the Vikings. They're home. I think they win this game.
Yeah, I think it's an absolute letdown spot potentially, given how the Packers have sneaked by here, even though they shut out the Seahawks. Let me ask you this, because the public is heavy on Green Bay, around 80%. I've seen even more. Does that just give you even more conviction into your pick? How often, again, just educate us on when you see a heavy public favorite here, but a team that's also cooking. Do you second guess yourself, or do you just double down when you see that heavy public money?
No, I think the public money I do look into, it definitely worries me. It scared the hell out of me last week, right, with San Francisco and the Rams, because everything you looked at pointed to the Rams. There was really nothing that you could look at and go, yeah, I'm taking San Francisco, only that the home underdog on Monday night. That's it. There was nothing else. They were 0-4 at home, lost 8 consecutive home games. But all that money was on the Rams, and that really concerned me. So I do look at that. You have to take every game isolated, though. This one, I look at that a little bit. But again, a lot of the trends that I just discussed with the Vikings, again, they're better than what they have showed. But people just look and see Vikings are 4-5, Packers are 8-2, and they don't realize that it's not as wide of a gap as we think.
Well said. All right, take us out with this. This is an interesting one. Coin flip game in terms of Vegas. Speaking of Vegas, they've dropped 2 straight, got crushed by the Chiefs. Meanwhile, the Bengals off 2 losses, but they had a week to think about it and a week to prepare for the Raiders. This one's in Las Vegas. How are you seeing Cincy off a bye versus the Raiders kind of spiraling?
Yeah, this is a close game, and it's reflected obviously in the line of -1. I lean towards the Bengals. I think the bye came at a good week. They got off to the good start. They were struggling. They got a really good offense with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon running the football. I have some concerns about the Raiders. You can never measure what happens off the field, but they've dealt with a lot. They're 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. And Derek Carr has had 2 of his worst games the last 2 weeks. Henry Ruggs not being there has hurt the deep pass. I know we saw Deshaun Jackson. They added him. I don't know what happened on that play where he fumbled. It seemed like they hit the wrong button on the control. I don't know where he was going. You would think he would help. Bengals are 4-1 against the spread coming off a loss. They've played a lot of close games too. 5 of their 9 games decided by 3 points. So I lean towards the Bengals to get back on track here.
Adam, laying down the knowledge. Appreciate you. As always, very insightful. Big ups to Adam Ronis. When we come back, you can't miss this. I'm ranking my own personal top 5 spreads for the week. Also telling you who the top 5 best covers have been here on the Better Half Hour. We'll be right back.